In today's video, I'm going to offer 3 suggestions for how to involve your children in your spiritual practice. But first, my name is Salimah, yoga therapist and lead instructor for Kundalini Yoga Teacher Training Program here at YogaVision. 12 months of transformation, leadership, and impact. All the links are below. Let's begin now. So you have young children and you'd like to have them involved in what you're doing and how you're doing and expose them to some different ways of exploring spirituality. Maybe different from other family traditions, maybe some new things that you've learned that you want to pass on to them. This is such a great idea. And so let's start with some basic ideas. And I'll give you some examples from my own life. My little one is 7 and now just coming into a place of being curious about community and about different practices and what it all means. And so I want to share some lived life experience with you and offer you some ideas for where you can bring your kids into your practice. So number one, if your kids are interested, that's great. Good for you. Getting them away from iPads and video games is such a great thing to do, first of all. And second of all, really involving them in what you're learning about your spiritual connections is super awesome. So the first piece of advice that I have is to involve them. And this could be as simple as bedtime, having an opportunity to do a short meditation with them. I really love this one. Peace begins with me. It's a really simple, straightforward mantra in English. And the movement of fingers is very rhythmic. It's very calming and very soothing. And depending on your kids, might be working best before bed, or it might be a great way to help them wake up in the morning. Peace begins with me. Using these mudras mean not only is there a rhythm being created with the mantra, but also giving some influence to the neural pathways, developing new neural pathways in their brains. So by far, that's the one that I love for the little ones in my life. Number 2 is to read them stories about yoga, meditation, read them stories about the beginning of spring and why equinoxes are important, or summer solstice, winter solstice. These are really accessible types of experiences, and they have to do with the earth and the planet and the stars and the moon and the sun. And all of these are super interesting for kids. It's super interesting for all of us, but for kids, they're actually learning about that in their curriculum. And so as you expose them to those ideas and it's reflected back in the school system, it becomes an affirming experience and also allows them to share more deeply with their friends about what they're learning at home. So that's the second one, is to bring those stories, bring those ideas into bedtime and into reading out loud together and sharing experiences about what those things mean. Recently, my little one and I, we celebrated the spring equinox, and we did that by noticing how the days are getting longer. We did that by noticing that we could be starting to plant seeds. We talked about growth and renewal, and those were a really interesting conversation. It was fascinating to share those ideas and then also to do some community service so that we were marking it with other people. A really powerful way to go. And then the third one is to ask them, what would you like to celebrate? What would you like to do with me? Do you want to join me with a yoga class? Would you like to learn how to meditate? Or how about this? How about let's take a breath together? And a really beautiful breathing technique for kids is to try this one. It's called superhero breath. And it works like this. You take 3 sniffs and a pow. And usually when I've shown this one to my little one, it's because we want to blow some negativity out of the way, or something feels like a barrier, or there's a strong, heavy emotion that we're looking to explore or to release. And so it works like this: 3 sniffs through the nose, and then through the mouth, let it go. 3 sniffs, let it go. And one more time, and let it go. And there you go. It's a really straightforward way to engage your kids in a practice and ask them, would you like to do this with me? And a little extra bonus tip here is that yoga, meditation, breath work, particularly for children, works best outside of the heat of the moment. And so if there's a big emotion going on, if there's a big feeling going on, deal with that in the moment. And then in between, so once the moment is passed, you start to help with these kind of somatic techniques, yogic techniques, breathing techniques, so that when those high volume moments come up, and they will, then you have something to draw on and a shared experience. So that's tip number 3, is having a shared experience with each other and then utilizing it in the heat of the moment. I hope those were helpful for you. You can book a discovery call with me regarding Kundalini yoga teacher training. That's an amazing way to learn for yourself and then pass it on to your kids. And then also a numerology session. So if you want to get more guidance on how to guide your kids, I'm happy to do that with you as well. Lots of love. Until next time, my name is Salimah, yoga therapist. Bye for now.